Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy Talus Golem, and it is day 11 of pack openings for Deluxe Pack EX. We're gonna get started, but first I want to briefly open some stuffs here. So we got the Poke Gold here, obviously. Got something special for you. Solo battle rewards. So in the last video, I did this at the end of the video. I'm gonna try doing this in the beginning of the video because it's opposite day. Yesterday was worst luck in the world. Today's gonna be, hopefully, fingers crossed, best luck in the world. So let's see if we can get some Raichu EXs. We only have one. We're hoping for another one. And we only have like one Regigigas as well, which is kind of sad. I actually looked at Regigigas, the full art one, and I didn't even realize that that card existed. But when I read it, I'm like, this is a very bad card. And that's to be expected. You know, it's not a very good Pokemon in the video game, and it shouldn't be. I mean, it's the concept is there, but it's also like in the practice is different than theory. So as it goes, we're still not getting Raichu, but I don't know how many times what's the statistics, I wonder, because we haven't even opened up Regigigas more than once. We've only opened it like, all right, well, speaking of the devil, there's Regigigas, so that's number 2 for us. And we have how many Machamps, how many Mimikyus? When are we gonna get our next Raichu? Oh gosh, it's been so. This entire I want to say all of these promos have been very rough on me because I've not been able to get. It's been very, very rough. Let's just put it that way. All right, well, bad start to day 11. We'll just put it that way. I'll try to open up some more later on. Let's just. Actually, I'm very curious. Do those packs count towards our daily missions? No, they don't. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that does not count towards your daily missions. Good to know. Good to know. All right, here we go. Our first set of 10 for day 11. And you know, it's not a big deal if we don't open up Raichu today, which did not happen. We can always... we have like 7 days to do it, I think. Ooh, Giratina, that's nice. We have some time, so I'm not too concerned. We just have to keep opening them up, I guess, until we find a second one. I don't know. It's just like, I usually, like, for example, Rayquaza was a different animal altogether. I was opening up Rayquaza like crazy. And, I was even able to flare out my Rayquaza, which was how many times I opened it. But this Raichu is just escaping me like crazy. Ooh, we just got a parallel foil Cosmom. Let's go. That's awesome. Yo, so we're about close to like, we should be able to finish flaring out some of these parallel foils. I think I might go after the Leaf Cape too. I'm still not 100% sure yet what I'm going to do. I think I probably will, though, because Leaf Cape is a pretty important card. So is Electrical, the electrical thing, too, but I think I'm not really going to be playing too much electrical stuffs. I mean, I might. It's hard to say, honestly. But yeah, as the day resets itself, we are in for another treat. Hopefully we can grab some 2-stars this time, because we have not had the pleasure of getting 2 stars at all yesterday. We only have 1 Lucamine, and that was pretty much it. But as you know, like, I actually opened up a rare candy earlier today, or a few hours ago, which was also insane because it was from a free pack and I didn't get to record myself opening it up. So that was one of the, I think that might have been the first time I've ever opened up a rare, like a crown rare, naturally from a free pack, and also the first time I opened up a crown rare without even recording it, which is also pretty crazy. It was like there's a first for everything, you know? But yeah, as we go on to this journey through the Pokemon Deluxe EX set, I do have a few more updates to talk about while we open these up. Ooh, very nice. We got a parallel rare Dratini. I actually am going to be flaring out Dratini as well. I think I'm going to be trying to do that so that I can eventually prepare for the release of Mega Dragonite EX. I think that's going to be a card that they're going to release at some point in the near future because of the release of ZA and because of this being the year of the Megas, I guess. I really do anticipate that Mega Dragonite EX will come sooner than later. I don't know if they're going to release ZA Megas in the first Mega set. I think it'll probably more likely be regular Megas that were seen in X and Y, and then possibly moving on to Megas that were appreciated in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Although, I guess Blaziken's in this set, but Blaziken was also a Mega in X and Y, I think, right? So I think that they're probably going to move up the ladder from like, I don't know if it's going to be X and Y or Omega Ruby. I think it'll be like both of them at the same time pretty much, because they were both Gen 6. But I could see a case for them being like, okay, you know, let's start with X and Y stuff for Megas, and then we'll move on to the exclusive Megas that were in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And then from that point on, we'll move on to ZA Megas, right? Because, I mean, Mega Rayquaza wasn't a thing until Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So there's a few things that they could do. I mean, just based on the patterns from last year. Ooh, nice, Dialga EX. That's pretty good. That's a beautiful one. All right, so we are getting some 2 stars. Not, well, we got 1 2-star, I should say. And this cough is not going away. I think I'm just going to have to live with this cough. I do apologize for that, but I think I'm just going to have to live with it, unfortunately. For better or worse, this is going to stay with me. Ooh, a Cosmog. Okay, that's cool too. But ultimately, we're gonna want more Cosmoems because that's gonna help us. I think that Cosmog is gonna be fine as a full art for us. They do have the promo Cosmog as well that we can potentially flare out, but I'm more interested in just collecting the Cosmog, the Cosmoem. So we do have quite a bunch of cards unpacked here. And what are we going to do at the end of today? I think that we're going to end up flaring out the electrical switch is what I want to go after. I don't know if I made that clear at the beginning of the video, but I definitely talked about it yesterday and the day before. We're going to be targeting electrical switch today because that's going to be, I think that's a more important item than Leaf Cape, for example, for us to flare out. But yeah, it's been a crazy first 10 days. I mean, we're moving on to the second trimester, as they say, and the second half of the... Ooh, nice! EVEX. Okay, well, I think we have enough EVEXs that we can fully flare out that card, which is pretty cool. Not that I was planning on doing that, but it's good to have the ability to do that. I probably will build an EV deck at some point. The problem with EV, though, is that they made so many EVs, and I just don't know if, like... I just don't know if I want to play EV. I know that everybody plays... I know that the Psychic EV deck is seeing a lot of play. The one with Espeon and Sylveon. Because one draws you 2 cards, the other one is like a very good mid-range attacker. The problem is that I feel like I'm just not... I feel like there's some decks that I'm just not super interested in playing. And I don't really understand why that is. I think it might just be the play style. Like EV, EX I wasn't too interested in. Even the electrical decks with like Zero Aura. Like I have the potential to play that. But I don't even play that. Even the ones that run Arceus. And you know I love Arceus. I love playing with Arceus. But I just feel like Arceus is a liability in that deck. Ooh, nice. Pikachu EX. That's what I'm talking about. That's really good. So we're getting a lot of EXs today, I will say. Compared to yesterday, we've... Ooh, and a Giant Cape. That's good. Oh, yeah. Yes, actually, we do need a Giant Cape. We needed, like, one more, I think. So that's pretty good. We are making our way through Deluxe EX and getting all these parallel rares that we were missing. Yeah, hope you're all having a good day or night whenever you're watching this. I will say that the channel has been growing steadily but surely, and as I mentioned before, we are seeing a lot of growth as far as watch hours are concerned. We're trying to maximize the watch hours. We do still need a few more subscribers to hit the 1,000 mark, but I'm not too worried about the subscriber count right now. I know that's a big deal for a lot of people, but right now my biggest issue is watch hours seem to me to be the hardest thing to get when you're making a YouTube channel. It's just like one of the hardest things. Getting subscribers, you can do that through like you can do that through YouTube promotions. You can do that mainly through that, and also like if you want to share your channel in other like places where it's available to share. Like those are good avenues to grow YouTube channels. But just be careful with that, right? Because like, you know, scammers will come after you and stuff. Like that personal story that I shared a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago about that. But I think that watch hours, in my opinion, are like the hardest thing to get over the subscriber count, because you've seen on my, if you haven't seen my other channel, it's got like 7,000 8,000 subscribers, but that channel moves slowly when it comes to watch hours because I haven't uploaded in like 5 years, and I'm just starting to upload again now. Ooh, nice, we got an electrical switch. That's what I'm talking about. We've opened up like so many Aerodactyl EXs, it's crazy. But yeah, I would say that watch hours is probably the hardest thing to reach in order to obtain the status of YouTube partnership or sponsorship, whatever you want to call it. You need like 3,000 watch hours in order to get to the first level. Oh, are you kidding me? This is our third professor's research, and this is our first time naturally picking one. That is awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so glad we finally were able to pick up a professor's research. Because, you know, it took us 11 days to do that. And you realize, like, I had to... It was right for me to exchange pack points to get that card, because of the sheer amount of time it took for us to open it up naturally from a pack. Now, I would definitely be interested in getting more professor's researches, just for trades or for leverage or whatever. Oh, we got another Rocky helmet too. That's awesome. Wait, I'm trying to remember if I exchanged pack points for a Rocky helmet. I honestly don't remember. But that's pretty cool that we got another Rocky helmet, I guess. I just don't remember if we... I think that might be... I think we're still in need of more Rocky helmets. I think we're missing like one giant cape and one Rocky helmet, and we might be able to get both of them today, actually. So at the end of this video, I'm going to check out my collection and see exactly what we're missing. And we'll have to figure out what we're going to be doing after that. Because we're at the stage where we're like pretty much almost flared out everything we need. I think that we're going to probably start focusing on collecting more of these 2 stars. Because that's something that we've kind of been on hold for the time being. We were relying on days like today where we get a bunch of 2 stars. Yesterday was an anomaly, actually, that we didn't get any 2 stars. As you can see today, we've gotten a bunch, which has been excellent. But yeah, let's see how far we get in this journey. Because, you know, there's only so much time left until the end of this month is over. And then I've been actually speculating about what we're going to do at the end of, like, the next step after this is going to be probably the mega set, is what everyone's saying. But they did spoil the mega cards early in the summer. But we haven't gotten any official confirmation yet about, like, you know, what's going to happen next month. They don't usually tell us that until, like, a few days later. Also, very nice that we got a leaf cape there. All right, so we've gotten quite a bunch of cards here, which is awesome. Let's see if we can keep going through this process. All right. So, other things to talk about. Twitch is something that I'm kind of holding on the back burner for now. I did used to stream a lot on Twitch, and I've been streaming on YouTube as well, as you know. But I'm probably gonna start working exclusively, focusing more of my attention on YouTube. There's a lot of reasons for this, both internal and external. But based on the metrics I'm seeing, based on the landscape socioeconomically, and if you've been at all part of the gaming community, you would know that Twitch is having a lot of issues. I'm gonna try to steer away from Twitch for that reason. I'm gonna try to stick to what I know is safe and reliable, which is YouTube. I do have 1,600 subscribers on Twitch, followers on Twitch, which is a lot of followers to be for a channel, for a Twitch channel on average. I mean, Twitch obviously can have tens of thousands of subscribers. I only have 1,600 subscribers, and that was from me just doing giveaways and like constantly streaming. I would get like 50 viewers at one point in like, I want to say 2018-ish, 2007, 2000, no, not more like 2015-ish, around that area, around that time, or more like 2000. I don't actually remember. There was a time at some point in the middle of the 2010s where I would stream and I would get like 50 viewers at a time. But keep in mind that this was back when Twitch was like, it was a different time period. This was when gamers were still starting to grow their channels, and there wasn't as many established communities. People were all kind of just like, Discord wasn't relative. Twitch wasn't relatively new. It was, I want to say maybe like a few years new, and I was like maybe not the first generation of Twitch streamers, but maybe like the second or third generation ones that came onto the platform. Actually, not even second, probably more closer to third, because there were a lot of people before me. I'm not like one of the earliest people to use Twitch, but I'm gonna be focusing more on YouTube. And like I said, I have my reasons for doing it, but I'm gonna stick to those reasons, and I think that it's probably in everyone's best interest, just also for my own sanity, because having to dual stream is a huge headache, and Twitch has their own policies when it comes to streaming on multiple platforms. They only really want you to engage with the audience and on Twitch, and not on the audience anywhere else. So a lot of drama, a lot of bureaucratic stuff that I don't really want to be part of. Or at the very least, I'm keeping my wits about me. I'm not making a definitive yes or no, but it's more leaning that I'm gonna hold off on. For now, I'm not gonna be streaming on Twitch until I get a little bit more clarity, and I'm also gonna be focusing on what I do know it works, which is, YouTube. YouTube seems to work just fine, and I'm totally fine with things the way they are. So, what does that mean for you, the audience? Well, you might see like Twitch links on my YouTube channel. Those might change because I'm actually probably going to phase out Twitch. They're not saying 100% yes or no, but if the activity continues to go down and like that, I'm probably just going to stick to YouTube, and still maybe maintain that Facebook page that I have, and that's pretty much about it. I think that maybe having more simple, less platforms to be on. They say, what's the phrase? Simple is better. I mean, maybe I just made that up. Simple is better. I think I literally just made that up just now. I think it's like, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid is one that I guess I could use. But yeah, anyway, outside of that, we are playing ranked. I played a little bit today. I won 2 or 3 times. I lost 2 or 3 times. So my rank has not really changed that much. It's like 1453, I think, right now. It's rough. When you lose, oh, nice, Arceus EX, cool. When you lose a game in this, in Master Ball, you lose 10 points. You don't lose. It's not like you gain 10, you lose 7, you gain 10, you lose 7. No, you gain 10, you lose 10. The only thing that might increase your score is if you go on a win streak. Because if you go on a win streak, then you can get like +3, +4, right? So you still could theoretically climb up the ladder if you win multiple times in a row, and even if you have a 50% win rate, those small incremental points will eventually get you up there. But I digress. I think that I'm gonna hold off on pushing on the ladder. Once you get to Master Ball, I mean that's pretty much it, right? It would be nice to have like those other badges, but right now, with my schedule the way it is and how busy I am, like I said, I'm not even able to stream for the next week until things are getting really crazy busy in my personal life. So I might hold off on that. But that's gonna be a wrap, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go check out my my collection to see if I can flare out some of these other cards, but I'll do that off stream, or maybe I'll do that in a short or something. For now, I just want to call it quits, and I'll see you all in the next video. Subscribe to my channel. I upload videos daily, and